Again, this is Dan Hollings with Stomper Mobile. We're going to have a question and answer session tonight to discuss anything that we've covered in any of the sessions from 1 through last week's session, number 9. Then next week we'll be having the final session that is a part of the course, session number 10. And then we have some surprises and things that will be carried forth after that, which we will announce next week. But for tonight, what I decided to do for several reasons is to have a question and answer session, because I know a lot of you have been working on projects, going through the webinar videos and the PDFs, and have questions. And I just wanted to make sure everyone gets all of the help that I can possibly provide you. So we'll have that. Hello. Okay, I thought I heard somebody say something. Okay, if someone could just type a message into the chat area so I can make sure you're hearing me. Okay, I think there's a problem here, so let me play around with this for a moment. Oh, there it is. Wow. Okay. Okay, good. No more messages. I now see them. For some reason, they were delayed, but they just came plowing in here. So audio is clear. Yes, yes, we can hear you. Hello, Dan. Hello, guys. How you doing? Great. All right. Well, this is a very special event, and I have to say I am impressed with you guys because there are quite a few people on the call tonight, and I'm actually competing with the president. As you know, Barack Obama is speaking probably at this very moment regarding the crisis in the Gulf, and I'm sure it will be replayed all tonight and numerous times throughout the week if you're interested in catching that. And again, my prayers go out to all of the people along the Gulf. I'm from the Gulf, Mobile, Alabama, and so watching this just brings tears to my eyes. Also a big environmentalist and animal lover, and I like to go to the beach as well, and I love seafood. So I mean, on all levels, this is really hits me in the heart, and I wish the best of all. I'm optimistic things will work out. It may take years, but I'm very optimistic about that. So anyway, for tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to have a session, only lasts maybe about an hour. You're probably dropping your jaw right now, thinking that this is the first time Dan's ever spoke for less than 2.5 hours. But anyway, we'll try to keep it to about an hour, and I'd like to answer questions that you may have. I'm going to pull up the slides in just a moment here of the various presentations that I've done 1 through 9, and just kind of skim through those so that as I go through the slides, it may prompt you to ask a question about something that maybe you're not thinking about at the moment, but when you see the slide, you will. And then we can address that. Next week, what we're going to do, we'll have session 10 next Tuesday evening, same time. That'll be the last of the regularly scheduled sessions. And we have some special announcements and things that we'll be offering for those people who want to stay in the game and continue working on mobile for a bit longer. We'll have a monthly program that we'll announce then. So we're working out the details on that. That'll be announced next week. And I'm also working on quite a few kind of interesting tools and projects that I hope to have some of them ready by next week. If not, as soon as I do have them, regardless, I'll let you know. One of the questions that I've had asked a few times is, how long will you, as a member, have access to the videos and all of the materials that are available, the PDFs and what have you, in the Stomper Mobile Forum? And the answer to that is 6 months from our start date. So we're at about roughly 3 months into this. Time has been flying. And so that means that for about another 3 months you will have total access to everything, so that if you're playing catch up or if you need to review any of the materials, you'll have easy access to that. Same thing with the tools. If you're using Communicast or Stompercast, which are the included tools, if you happen to be using either of those tools or both, you'll continue to get free access to those. for the entire 6 months. So that's the answer to that. And let me take a quick look here and see if we have any immediate questions. And then I'm going to go back and we'll review through some of the slides. Okay. I'm laughing at some of these comments. Okay. Okay. In regards to having access to Stomper Mobile, it doesn't matter if you're a Stomper Net member or not. All Stomper Mobile members will continue to have access for a full 6 months from our start date to all of the content, as well as the forum and the tools, Communicast and StomperCast. So it doesn't matter if you're a Stomper Net member or not. Just a Stomper Mobile member is all that you need. Okay, how about Social Sponder? Actually, Social Sponder is just the domain name. The actual name of the system is StomperCast. So the answer is yes. The StomperCast system, which is on the Social Sponder domain, will continue to be available to all members up through 6 months after we started. How big of a file can you make available for download on a mobile phone? Well, it really varies based on the model, and I don't know specifically this answer, so I'm going to just kind of answer it in a general way. I believe that technically you could probably download any size file, but it's just like email. Different carriers or different providers have different limits. And that would be the case with your different mobile phone providers, and also with the networks that they go through, whether you're going through AT&T or Verizon or what have you. But yet there's still one more thing that's critical, at least for the majority of phone users, and that's just how long it takes in order to download a file on your mobile phone. Keep in mind that if a mobile phone is not in a Wi-Fi area, then it would have to be downloaded through either a 3G or 4G network, and that could be really slow. And then also, keeping a mobile customer's attention for a great length of time is also another challenge. I would doubt they would want to watch, an entire, 2-hour movie on a mobile phone. There may be, some in
I missed that one word.
certain situations.
Hey, here, I'll get a bit.
Oh, okay. Somebody's breaking in. Audrey, I'm hearing you on the line, so check your settings there. So anyway, I don't know the limits, but I would keep it short. In general, the way, take a video, for example. I really think, a 1-minute video is a good length for maximum length. But if you wanted to push it, you could go on out maybe to 5 minutes if the majority of your recipients were on smartphones, and you felt that they're generally going to be looking at it, in locations where they have Wi-Fi. We can see how that changes, obviously, and it will as we get into more 4G network and faster downloads and more people having smartphones. Those numbers are going to ramp up really, really fast. So the future looks really bright. Okay. Okay, this is a good question. In regards to the bonuses that were promised with signing up, those will also be addressed next week. The one bonus I do want to talk about is that there was a certain number of people received or should receive a private 30-minute session with me, and we're going to set those up, and I'll announce exactly how that'll be done in our next session. What days and times and things, and we'll work out some type of schedule so that can be done. The other bonuses, if you haven't already received the other bonuses, most of those are access to things or downloads to things. If there are other bonuses, maybe you can put a second part to this question if you have not received those, and then I could talk to you about that. that question came from Craig. So Craig, if there are other bonuses that you're talking about, let me know. Okay, what happened to the free 800 number that we were all supposed to get? I called them about 2 months ago, and I still haven't heard anything. If you call them, the number was issued. There's no question about it. They're a very efficient company. It could be that what happened is that when they emailed you, it ended up in your spam folder or something of that nature. So if you don't have that number, that's Communicast, then I would call that 800, or I would call them again. The number is available in the forum, and let's actually go there. Let's actually go there. In the Stomper Mobile forum, which is where I'm at now, if you look right over here where it says Communicast, you're going to want to click that. And by the way, this is an absolutely great tool. I've used it for, geez, about 5 years, even long before StomperNet offered it. Basically what you need to do is to call this number, 1-800-454-5930. Let them know that you're part of the Stomper mobile program. Everyone who signed up was activated, and emails went out to everyone. So if you didn't get it, there's obviously a glitch someplace, and you should get it. So give them a call, and they should be able to activate or at least give you the number right away. Once you have your number, then you can go to the website. Here's the website right here. You would put in your either your email or your 10-digit phone number, put in your passcode, and then you can sign in. And this is what it looks like when you get into the center. So you want to go through all of these tabs up here at the top, make sure you set up everything properly, and there's just a whole bunch of stuff that you can do. The other thing that I'd highly recommend regarding this, let's go back to the portal. Let's see, I'm not sure where it's at. There are some really good training sessions. Let me go into the blog area. If you go down, go into the portal and go down to the blog, and just keep scrolling down until you get to, you'll have to even go to page 2. Let's see, where are they? Boy, we have covered a lot of stuff here. Okay, I'm probably skimming right past it. Maybe it is number 1. Session reminder. Okay, well, heck, I know it's in here someplace. Let's try media. Yeah, I think it might be under media. Media, directories, providers, Stomper. Let's go to number 2. Forgive me for not knowing where it's at. We got so much stuff in here right now. Yeah, I think, here we go. Okay, so here's what you do. Go to the Stomper Mobile Forum, then click on the Media tab. Once you get to Media, you actually have to get on to page 2 of Media, so you have to scroll to the bottom of the first page of Media, click on 2, and then look down toward the very early post when we first started our sessions, and you'll see that there's a Communicast webinar here and another Communicast webinar here. They're both about an hour and a half, if I recall, and both have a very valuable information. The first one is mostly about how to set up your account and get it going and all of the settings and all that kind of stuff. And then the second one, I actually cover, I can't remember, I think it was 10 or 12 strategies that are just killer for using toll-free numbers. Doesn't necessarily have anything to do with mobile, because back when these were recorded, we had not yet started the mobile training program. But you'll if you listen to them, you'll be able to apply them to mobile or to many other areas of your business. So those are 2 very worthy webinars to listen to if you get a chance. Okay. So yes, the answer to that question is call them back. Okay, the next one. Can you please quickly review Google Voice? What is it, and do we get it for free? It seems I remember that it was only for people outside the U.S. and need an invitation. Where do I get it and all of that? Okay. The only Google Voice, let's go there. The reason that I had recommended Google Voice is because there are a number of things that when you try to do them outside of the U.S., they won't work. For example, when you try to set up the text messaging system, any U.S.-based text messaging system that's focused just on the U.S. or North America, sometimes it won't work in a foreign country, but you can pipe it through Google Voice. Same thing with Communicast. In fact, even more with Communicast. The Communicast system, which is your 800 number or toll-free number system, if a person were to call your toll-free number, because it's only U.S.-based, it wouldn't actually ring through to you if you happen to live in Australia or the UK. So by using Google Voice, it will tie the two together so that when a person calls Google Voice, what will happen is Communicast will connect to your Google Voice number and just redirect it straight to you, and lo and behold, yes, your phone will ring. So Google Voice is a bridge between systems. Google Voice also Google Voice will also send you emails, and the Communicast system will also send you emails or audio versions of all the messages that you get as well. So you're going to get these messages one way or the other, but Google Voice will allow, especially for people outside the U.S., to experience the Communicast system and enjoy all of the features, but you've got to connect the two up together. That was covered as to how you would do it. It was actually covered in one of those webinars that I just mentioned. The other thing is, like, for example, Mobilize Us, that group text messaging system. That, too, is a text messaging system that's just for the U.S., and so therefore, if you want to receive messages outside the U.S. and actually be using Mobilize Us or most other text messaging systems, then you need to connect the dots between it and Google Voice. The instructions and details on doing that are actually in the webinars when I covered it. So, that's what it is. I should have answered this question first. A lot of people want to know, well, what the heck is Google Voice just all by itself? Just all by itself, Google Voice is just a voice message system. They issue you a phone number, which you can then put on your business card or website or wherever you want, and then people call it, and it will redirect to any other phone number that you have. It'll do the thing where if you want it to ring your home and then ring your mobile and then ring your office. I mean, it just does all of that kind of follow-me type stuff. And it's a really good system. It is VoIP-based, and it also has certain limits as far as you not being able to put really long outgoing messages and things like that. And the reason I mention that is because side by side, it doesn't compare at all to Communicast, the toll-free number system that you're getting for free. That is a full-fledged follow-me system that it was built for marketers. And it just does an incredible amount of things, including split testing and all kinds of neat stuff. Has unlimited messages, inbound and outbound calls. If you upgrade to the full version, which I think is about $40 a month, you can have unlimited inbound and outbound calls on your toll-free number. It just does a lot of cool stuff. And it also serves as a complete virtual PBX system, meaning if you wanted to have you forget all of the hardline or the hardwired hardware in your office, and you just want to have the system run your mobile phone, not your mobile phone, but your office phone system. It would do that. Or you could have external pieces or employees who are working all around the country or the world and be able to patch them all together. Just really cool. That's Communicast. So I'm elaborating a bit too much, but you need to have an invite in order to get into this system. So if you don't have one, we've been sharing them through Stomper Mobile. You can request one in the Stomper Mobile forum, and then somebody that has an extra will likely share it with you. Okay. I will mention this. Gosh, I don't know how I missed it. Let me go back over there real quick. Google Voice. If you ever need to send a text, if you look in the upper left-hand corner, you can click that, and you just type in a person's phone number and then the message, and you can actually send a text message from your web browser to someone's mobile phone. And then if they respond back, then you will get that text message right here in almost like an email that's come in. And you can see I've got a whole bunch of them here. People texting me about stuff that's come in through that number. So that's what it is as well. Okay. Well, you guys have a lot of questions. That's great. Okay. Okay, perhaps a better question would be, how big should you make the files for the phone? It seems to me that no more than about 200 to 250 characters. Okay, and again, there's a couple things in this question that conflict. If you're talking about files, a file, would be like generally a picture or a PDF document or an MP3 audio file or something like that, and that's in that question, the file size just needs to be small enough so that the person receiving the file doesn't have to wait a long time in order to receive it on his phone. Now, obviously, if somebody just paid to get a book on their phone, they're going to be willing to wait for that to download. So there's two categories of files. If you're trying to share files during the marketing process, they need to be very short. People aren't going to wait, 45 seconds in order to see some marketing video. If they've just bought something and they're downloading the delivery of something, then they'll gladly wait, whatever it takes. Maybe they wanted to see a 30-minute video and they paid for it or something of that nature. So keep in mind that the size of the file will depend on how much the recipient is willing to wait and what it is they're getting. But the second part of your question, where it says it seems to me that they should be no more than about 200, 250 characters, that's not so much file size. With that, I think you're talking about text messaging, and you're wanting to know how many characters someone can include in their text message. We did actually have a session on this during the earlier sessions, and the answer is this: 160 characters is what's allowed total in a text message. Now, if you want to compare that, Twitter is similar. Okay, so that's what we're dealing with here. And then the other issue is that it's required by law that there are opt-out instructions included in the footer, so to speak, of your text message. As a result of that, that uses up some of those characters. So you need to subtract out, it depends on the system, subtract out maybe anywhere from 15 to maybe 25 characters for those required opt-out instructions, and that's it. Actually, you don't need to worry about that so much, because the system that you use, whether it's Stompercast or Mobilize Us or Aqua 360 or any other text messaging system of the some 100 that I have on the list that's in the Stomper Mobile forum, all of those systems are going to tell you when you've reached your limit so that you don't accidentally send 2 text messages in a row. Some systems, if you type more than 140 characters, then they automatically send 2 text messages and kind of try to truncate them together. And that can be good, it can be bad, it just really depends. I'm not big on double messages. So I try to squeeze everything into one message and then include a link. And if people want to read more, then they'll click the link and go on. Of course, that will only work if a person's on a mobile phone that is web-enabled. So we've got all those challenges. It's the ideal situation is to be able to just write very succinct, short messages that include everything in a single message. Hopefully that helps. Okay. Will we be looking at WAPL? Oh, I love WAPL, so yes. The answer is yes. One thing that I'm going to ask everyone is that if there's anything that you would like for me to cover in the future, let me know the areas that you're particularly interested in us spending time on. There are so many major categories of stuff that we could delve into, and we have one more session, and I can go deep in certain categories, or I can go light, and it's just really a matter of knowing, where you want to go. In the beginning, because the whole topic of mobile is so broad, it's taken a while just to kind of touch on these things, and I went deep in some areas and lighter in others. But now that you're reaching a higher level of knowledge and expertise in all of this, then you're going to start saying, hey, I want to know more about a specific thing. Some of the requests that I've received have to do with spending more time in the e-commerce area. I'm going to spend a little more time in that in the last session. Another one is, could we spend a little time in affiliate programs that are for mobile? I'll cover that in the last session. And so if everyone can kind of let me know, either in the forum or if you want to type it in right now, let me know. You just say something like, last session, cover WAPL, or last session more on e-commerce or something like that. Then I'll try to do that. Obviously, with 2 hours, I can't cover everything, but we will be having an ongoing monthly program where I can plan to continue to put forth, strategies, ideas, and dig into new things. Every day when you wake up, something new is happening in mobile, so there's never an end to stuff that we can do. But yes, WAPL. Now, here's the other thing, not to be disappointed. If I don't cover a particular thing myself, remember the trick or the secret that I've shared with you. And it's where I've learned most of the marketing that I know. You merely go to the system and look for their tutorials, look for their help section, look for their FAQs. I know this sounds like stupid, but folks, this is where the secrets are. I kid you not. So you would go to WAPL, and I can promise you that the instructions and things that they would have there will be absolutely blow away good, and that's that. The only reason that sometimes it helps to have somebody like me also do a demo is that I look at it through a marketer's eyes, and can sometimes point out certain things you can do to help you in marketing, whereby the people who build these systems, whether it's Google Voice or it's Stompercast or it's WAPL or it's Moby Site Galore, they are not necessarily marketers. They're just good technically in a certain area, and they're putting together a system, and so it may or may not feature the marketing insights that you want in those tutorials. But as far as just being able to build your site, WAPL will have good instructions there. And for those of you who do not know what WAPL is, it is on the mind map that I shared a few sessions ago, and it is a site builder that will build the prettier type of mobile websites, the ones that will not work on a dumb phone or a feature phone, but it will work on a smartphone. And so if you want to have a fancier site, then WAPL is one of many that are out there that are good. I actually do recommend WAPL, so that would be good. Also, WAPL has a nice little plug-in that you can put in to your WordPress blog so that your blog will display well on mobile phones. Okay? Okay, I get this question all the time. For a small business client, what do you recommend as a minimum consulting fee? There is no single answer, but let me talk about it for just a moment. I'm going to throw out a bunch of ideas, and you're going to have to extrapolate something from this. First of all, you need to assess what you think that business client might pay. Okay? If you're going into a busy bar and restaurant, and you just can tell that things are buzzing, and but yet still they have some empty chairs, and you can tell there's some potential that they wouldn't mind filling that up, but they're making money, obviously, you can ask more from them than when you walk into the little knitting shop next door and the lady's sitting in the back of the room petting her cat and knitting and hasn't seen a customer all day. Obviously, she needs customers too, and so there's a different, amount you can expect that customer to pay. So that's one part that you have to kind of assess. Sometimes if you can, get to an employee or even the business owner and do a little small talk first, you can kind of get a feel for things before you, actually, throw out any numbers. So that's one factor. The second factor is, what is going to be your strategy as far as making money? Some people, I deal with this all the time because I do a lot of consulting, but most of my consulting are like with celebrities or authors or people who are doing larger launches and things of that nature. Even though I've done quite a few small businesses as well, hundreds in fact. But the other question is well, would you rather have 10 businesses paying you $1,000 a month, where you're kind of doing a bit lighter work for them, or would you rather have 2 businesses paying you $5,000 a month, where you're going in there and obviously the expectations are going to be a lot higher and you're going to have to knock it out of the park for them? Because at the end of the day, businesses will all look at you in one way. Can I spend $1,000 for you and expect to at least make more than $1,000 back? Can I spend $5,000 with you and expect to make more than $5,000 back? Whatever you charge, they want to at least be able to get their money back and then some. That's the whole deal. All right. So you've got to weigh that a little bit. I've gone back and forth. I mean, not in those same number ranges, but even with the clients that I do, sometimes I just, I'm going to speak to you really honest here, but sometimes in assessing a client, I'll pick up that they're real micromanagers and that they just are going to drive me absolutely nuts, calling me all the time and just nitty-gritty me to death. Those kinds of clients I would not ever take on for a big fee with expectations of knocking it out of the park for them. I'll come in and say, look, I can do surgical consultation where I spend just maybe a few hours with you each month and share with you what to do, but you've got to find somebody else to do it, blah, blah, blah. In other words, I might assess, their personality in making that judgment. So there's just so many factors. The other thing is, what kind of marketing are you going to be doing for them? You may have to put together some little packages where if you're just doing Foursquare, I mean, that's gosh, I mean, it's going to take you 30 minutes to get that set up, and then you're done for life almost. You tell them what they need to do on their end, and that's it. I mean, how much is that worth, Gosh, if you could get them to just pay you, $500 and be done with it, that would be a win. Or you may work out a thing where they're getting location-based social media, and you're going to set up their website and give them some strategies for some things they could do in their actual business. There are just so many variables that there's no way to tell you exactly what's going to be perfect. So I don't have a good one. If people are out there doing this and you've had some luck or some failure at trying to get some accounts, if you'd like to share that information in the forum with others, that would be a great discussion. I do know people. Now, this is what I can tell you, and I do, and I have done it myself. That can pretty regularly walk in almost any business and do $500 to $1,000 a month for a while. And if it works for them, it'll continue. If it doesn't work for them, then it won't. All right. And so the question is, I kind of like the model of having more businesses paying smaller amounts than having fewer businesses paying larger amounts. And it's just because, by and large, the expectations that businesses have when you pay large fees is a challenge. I'm also doing some work with a lot of larger automobile dealerships, and there's another problem there that you may confront. There are some businesses where if your fee is too low, they will totally discount even wanting to do business with you, just because it seems as if though you're swimming in the wrong waters. You go into a car dealership and tell them you're going to do all this mobile stuff for them, and you're going to charge $1,000 a month. They're just going to brush you off as being not at their level. You may need to be coming in at $10,000-$20,000 a month. We're negotiating one right now, $25,000 a month for a car dealership in it's a Kia dealer in New Mexico. And so they won't even talk to you if you're not up in that range. So what you have to have is a complete package of all of this mobile stuff that you're going to do for them, and then you can get some attention. Okay. All right. So hopefully that'll help a little bit. Let's look at another one. Okay. If you're trying to have people come to your website and download a list or something that you've promised them, what is the best way to get that list to them? Let me read the rest of it. This go to webinar thing, it's amazing. They give you such little room to read this stuff. What's the best way to get the list to them? Do you do it with an autoresponder like Aweber or what have you? Okay, the best way always to get anything to anybody is to give them a choice. All right? So what you need to do, if your content can be delivered onto a mobile phone, then give them the option of getting it on their mobile. If they've bought it on a mobile, it's likely they would expect to get the content delivered on mobile as well. However, it could be that somebody bought it on mobile, but they would just absolutely just prefer to get it on their computer. So what I would do is just, once they've bought, send them to a page where it says, click here to download a PC version, or click here to download the mobile version. Sometimes it's the exact, like with a PDF document, people who have iPhones can see a PDF on their iPhone. You don't have to do anything any different, so you just need to have the PDF. Even though I have to tell you that you should still have two links. It should still say, click here to download the PC version and click here to download your mobile version, even though the files are identical. Because some people will just not realize it, or they think it won't work on mobile, and it will. So you can do that. If it will only work on certain types of mobile phones, then you need to let people know that before they click the link. So it can get a little dicey. There are services out there that will let you upload your files, and then they will convert them into all different kinds of formats so that it will download on all of the phones. Almost all of those services charge a percentage of the sale, and most of the ones I've seen are a little bit steep. They'll charge anywhere from 20% to 50% of whatever your product sale is. The advantage is that they open up huge markets if done right. You can sell certain products around the world, and there are certain countries where mobile phone is the only way that most of the people access content and information. And so you can deliver content all over the place. So you won't be making as much on each sale. And if it's electronic goods, so what? You've got a lot of profit built in, and you can price it in different ways. So there's a lot of factors here. So what I recommend that you do is, if you were thinking about using Aweber, just go ahead and use Aweber, and then also allow them a way to get it on their phone as well. Hopefully that helps. Okay. Okay, someone is asking a little bit about StomperNet. In other words, they joined Stomper Mobile largely because they were interested in the mobile marketing training, but yet they're not familiar with what StomperNet offers at large. I'll try to address that. It's funny because after I finished the big campaign that I did for the Secret movie, it was right after that StomperNet launched, and it caught my attention. They did some pretty interesting viral marketing with a video and what have you, and I didn't matter any of the people that were involved, and it was about another year before I actually was introduced to Brad Fallon, and then at that time I began to explore. So let me share it with you what I see StomperNet as. StomperNet is basically a place that houses some incredible content on virtually every aspect of internet marketing that you can imagine. Also, a fair amount of content that's related to offline marketing, and now with my mobile program, obviously they've got the mobile as well. I think anybody that does marketing, even though you may specialize in one particular thing, you have to have a general knowledge of online, offline, and mobile, because everything these days needs to be integrated. So StomperNet is a great resource. There have been from the beginning up through now anywhere from about a dozen faculty members up to 20 or so who contribute content in various formats, but mostly video. And they contribute on a monthly basis, and all of these faculty members have expertise in certain areas. So regardless of what you're trying to learn more about, there is probably a massive amount of content and help already in the system. There's also a forum area that's very active where you can share ideas and ask questions of other forum members, and even team up with other people sometimes to do projects together. I just have to say that as far as a community that has a collection of knowledge that's just at your fingertips, and resources, and there's very little out there that meets up to StomperNet. Now, in fact, if there's a problem, there's too much information in there, and it's like a kid in a candy store when you first go in. It's like, well, heck, where do I start? So you kind of have to plan out, what it is you're wanting to learn, just dig in and find it and go at it like that. So it's a great resource. It used to be, when it first opened, $800 a month, and now it's much, much lower. Still, all of that content is in there. They have a few different higher levels. I don't know the details about that. If you want to engage further or get even more content. So by and large, I would definitely recommend it. I think it's a real bargain. And then plus, when there are programs like Stomper Mobile and others, you often get a discount on these special programs that are offered from time to time if you're a StomperNet member. So that's that. I think it's a couple $100 a month to sign up for it, and I think that's money well spent. And then you get access to just a ton of stuff. And also tools. They have a whole bunch of tools that are included as well. And so that's that. Okay. All right. If we join StomperNet, will we get access to Stomper Mobile for longer than 6 months? I don't believe that you get it for longer than 6 months, but here's how it would be done. And I'm going to fudge a little bit on the answer only because we're going to release the details next week, and some things aren't quite known yet. Basically, there will be some type of an ongoing monthly program that we'll offer next week, where for a reasonable monthly fee, you can continue to engage in mobile with me and the other members. There will also be a home study course, which will be a consolidation of all the materials that we put together. And I will continue to do webinars, not every week, but probably once a month, plus release videos and tools and a whole bunch of things that I'm constantly working on so that you always get access to that. And so we're trying to work that out. Whatever the monthly fee might be, that hasn't been determined, but whatever it might be, if you are a StomperNet member, you get it at a discount. If you're not a StomperNet member, then it'll be at whatever our retail is. So there's that benefit. So once I announce this next week, you can kind of weigh the two and see if it's worth you joining StomperNet and then getting the continuing Stomper Mobile at a discount, or whether you just want to hang with Stomper Mobile and just leave it be that way, whatever. But there's just, I'm really dedicated to this particular topic, and plan to continue to immerse myself and dig deeper and deeper in it. To me, this is it. I mean, it's not that I don't know internet marketing and do it, but even when clients call me now, I try to gear them, to do mobile, on almost every project that I do. And need I tell you that I think that you're going to become some of the, experts, that the industry needs right now. There's just not enough people out there that have that expertise. So all of you guys have a wealth of information. I wish I had everything you have, at my fingertips when I first started. Instead, I had to do the old dig it out with a shovel method and test it and try things and just do stuff and talk to people and all that. So anyway, that's that. Okay, is there any chance that you could have the ability to download the videos? You know, I don't know what it is, but I believe that many of the videos are downloadable. And when you go into the forum area, if you look right below the actual video. Let's see here. Let's go to the media area. If you look right below the video, you'll see it. Let me go back to one of the earlier ones. Are we in media? Yeah. Let's see. Here's session. Where? Session number 6. Let's see if they did it there. Oh, that's the PDF. Okay, hold on. Okay. Let me get back. Bear with me just a minute. I want to show you an example. Presentation slides. Okay, let's see. This is it. Nope. Boy, I'm striking out here. Here we go. Okay. This is session number 2 as an example on the screen now. And if you look right below to the left, it says download this video. So you can click there and download it. Now, I know some of you are yelling right now and saying, yeah, Dan, that's great, but it's not on all of the videos. It should be on all of the videos. And rather than me going through and look at them, if you happen to know which videos don't have a download file, maybe if you repost that to the forum as a fresh post with just the number. And take a quick look before you start posting in case somebody else has already posted them. Then I can shoot that over and make sure that, in fact, Alicia is her name. Alicia, also you could message her. She's the one, you'll notice her name is next to the ones that, I should have looked at that to begin with. She's the one that if you can also message her, she would be the one that can make sure that happens. So we all work together, we can figure out which ones don't have it, and I understand the need for that. In the beginning, they weren't put up because a lot of people sign up for these programs, come in and download stuff and put it up on the freebie giveaway sites and where you can download stuff illegally and all of that. And so there was a hesitation in the beginning, but I think they're going to put most of them up. But anyway, I don't totally control that. I'm just the teacher. StomperNet is the one delivering all this. So, but I'll work with you guys to get as much as I can. Okay. Again, on the bonuses, what I would recommend on the bonuses is this. If you have not received a bonus, you need to write to a StomperNet customer support. All right? And let them know which bonus it is that you haven't received, with the exception of private consultation with me. Okay, if on the private consultation, I'll announce next week how that will be done. Okay. All right. You can also send a message to D. Hollings. I think it is. Yeah, D. Hollings at stompermobile.com. Or is it Dan H? Gosh, I can't remember. It's either D. Hollings. I'll put all of this up next week to make sure that we deal with all of the bonuses. Okay. Again, to email me, I actually think it's danh@stompermobile.com. And if you do send that, not only do I get it, but it also goes to StomperNet as well. So you can email me that information. However, I will tell you by submitting it to StomperNet through their ticket system, it might be even better. Okay, somebody was curious about how many people signed up for Stomper Mobile. We were just shy of I believe it was around 280 people altogether. So that's the answer. Okay. Is the Communicast phone number available in other areas other than the U.S.? No. Communicast is a toll-free system that is only for U.S.-based, but if you get Google Voice, you can connect the two, and then in effect, then it will work throughout the world. How to do that is in the webinars that I showed you earlier that are in the Media tab area of Stomper Mobile. Yes, in the original marketing info there was mention of a live meeting for Stomper Mobile. Is this going to happen? Yes, we're planning to do a summit, and I don't know time, date, location, or anything at this moment. It actually came up in a call just last week when we were discussing it. So yes, that's still scheduled to happen, and as soon as we know the details on that, everyone will get all of that information to do a live Stomper Mobile session. Will I be talking more about mobile commerce? Yes, I will. Definitely. Okay. This comment says that mobile seems to be better for local-based consulting. Any tips for non-local clients that want to be in on the action beyond 2D barcodes and mobile sites? Thanks. Okay. Well, yeah, you know, I do a lot of that. So I don't consider mobile better for local than international, or really. And I'm not sure. Maybe it's because we've dwelled on that a little bit, but yeah, if you're an author and you've written a book, or if you have some kind of product that you're selling, there's no reason not to use text messaging, you know, and send it no matter what state your customer's in. I just think that if you're not building a mobile phone list, especially of your customers, you're really missing out on something, because then every other product, I mean, you know, and I'll use the example of an author, but it could be any product. I mean, if you write one book and you figure out a way to integrate a strategy where people will opt in to you as an author, then when you write your next book, or when you do a live speaking engagement that's maybe in, you know, in their city or state, you're now able to communicate with these people about your next book or about that event that you're giving, and do it through text messaging, and it can be very, very effective. So I know we spend a lot of time on local, but text messaging is just great. I mean, think about it. You know, if you're doing an infomercial, or if you're running ads in national magazines, or if you've got a website that gets, you know, global traffic, there's not any reason at all that you can't get people to opt in to your text message list. So if you just look at it at that, and text messaging, as I've told you, is the best of all mobile marketing, and you need to always focus on that first. And there's no reason not to build a text message list. If you're doing it for consulting, then basically you would just be teaching or helping your clients to set these things up. They'll think you're brilliant. Okay, here's a good one. Thanks, Craig, for this. Recently discovered that anyone with a .edu email address can get Google Voice within 3 days. I tried it, and it did indeed work. However, it does not come with any available invitations. Wow, that's interesting. So I guess they don't want Harvard giving away an invitation to Yale or something like that. Okay, so if you have an EDU email address, that's a little secret. I actually have my partner, the CEO of my company, owns 2 universities. I'll have to mention that to him. It's kind of hard to get those .edus otherwise. Okay. Oh, you can get EDUs though if you're a student. A lot of times the universities will issue email addresses to the students that have a .edu. My daughter has one. She's a dental student at the University of Pennsylvania. All right. Again, I'm going to have a discussion with StomperNet regarding bonuses and stuff, so don't freak out one way or the other. Everyone who is promised a bonus will get a bonus, or whatever bonuses were promised. Okay. Oh, gosh. Here's an FYI. Someone says their friend bought a Google Voice invitation on eBay for $20. Oh, there's a quick way to make some money. I think you get 3 of them when you sign up for your account. You can also find them sometimes on Craigslist. All righty. Okay. Okay. This is a question about Stomper Mobile affiliates. And again, I'm going to give you just foggy information right now on what's forthcoming because it's not in detail. But basically, the entire Stomper Mobile program is going to be converted into a really robust, neat home study course. All of the sessions have been transcribed, and I'm going through those, and we're going to put them together in a nice book so that it's easy to access the information, and I'll kind of update it as I go through it. So you have that, the videos, the forums, all of the PDFs, all of the strategies, the mind maps, just all of the stuff, plus some new tools that I'm working on, and that'll all be available. So that's going to be available to you as a graduate of this course, and we're going to do a special for those that will continue on a monthly basis to get that into your hands. But then if you're an affiliate, that means you're going to have a powerhouse package to sell. Yes, the price will be lower, but it's not going to be live. And I'm not sure what the pricing is, but it'll be a really good package, especially since you've been through the program. You know exactly the quality and the material that's there. So it'll be a good one. And again, we'll cover the details on that, but that's what we're working on right now. Also, there is a program coming out soon, which I think is called SEO Pro, which has to do with teaching people how to do just consulting on a local basis through StomperNet. And there's going to be an event toward the end of July, and I will be participating in the mobile part of that, and there will be a live event in Atlanta. And so anyway, a lot of stuff is coming up, and in particular it will be beneficial for affiliates. Okay, I'm going to be buying a new iPhone. I don't need a lot of space because I don't store a lot of video, but if I eventually start to get into mobile heavily, can I buy the 16 gigabyte, or should I spring $299 for the 32 gigabyte? You know what? I got the very original iPhone, and I am eagerly awaiting to get this particular. And I'm kind of like you. Even though I'm into a lot of media and stuff, I don't do it on my phone. So I don't really need all of that extra space. I've got thousands and thousands of iTunes, but I don't listen to them on my phone. I pipe them into my house and out by my swimming pool and do stuff like that. So I'm just going to get the 16 gigabyte myself for $199. But if you own your phone, if you listen to a lot of music on your phone, if you watch a lot of videos that you store on your phone, or if you have a big photo gallery of your family and your pets and every vacation you've been on since childhood, you're going to probably need the 32 gigabyte. Other than that, those are the things that use up a lot of the space. I don't even have like thousands and thousands of apps. I probably have about 40 apps on my phone, and that's about it. And so you'll probably be pretty happy with the 16 gigabyte. I'm not sure if having 32 would make the phone go any faster. There's a possibility of that, but I think you'd be okay with $199. If you're trying to save money, I'd save that and use it on something else. Okay. All right. Okay. The SEO program, so I just got a text message. Yeah, the program that's coming up from StomperNet is called SEO Pro. And I will be a part of that, and it will dovetail really well with mobile. And it also may go into some of the questions a lot of people asked about consulting and striking business with local business owners. That's what the whole program is about. And even though it's called SEO Pro, I don't know where the name came from, it really has mostly to do with how to take your knowledge, go into the local marketplace, and make some damn good money consulting and providing services to local businesses, of which one is SEO. But as we all know, mobile is equally important as well. So it's going to all be kind of available together, and that'll be coming up soon. So just keep an eye out for SEO Pro. Okay. Twitter versus mobile for commercial advertising. Well, as you know, I'm a big fan of Twitter, and I must say that it's not a matter of Twitter versus mobile. You need to do both. And if you follow the strategies that I have in Twitter Tweenius, you'll be able to set up a program that's not spammy, that will at least automate a good portion of your Twitter. You can never automate all of it. You have to remain a human being and interact with your followers, okay? If you're not going to do that, then you're best just to not have a Twitter account. But what I've done is develop some really cool strategies that will allow you to automate yourself a little bit so that you're providing your followers with the type of content that they actually want from you. And that is available at Twitter Tweenius, TWENIUS.com. And that is available free if you are a StomperNet member. If you just go into the StomperNet forum area, and if you click on the thing that is called, what is it called? Something. It's part of the People browser, social. Should head over there and look. Let me look rather than guess. Let me look, because I really want you to get access to this. My StomperNet. Okay, here we are. Let's see where it is. Members portal. Go into the members portal, and then when you get into here, you want to click Tools. And then once you get, I haven't been in here in a while, once you get to Tools, here they are right here. Okay, so here are all the tools. The one that you to click on is Stomper Social. Click on Stomper Social. Now this is not in the Stomper mobile area, this is in the StomperNet area. But go to the, if you happen to be a StomperNet member, do that, and then you'll see right down here it's got this. Actually, you can just go to this link if you want to. Just go to tweenius.com/Stomper Social. Okay, tweenius.com/Stomper Social. So TWENIUS.com/Stomper Social. All right. You can just skip by the social part at the top and go right to the bottom, and you'll see where it says Twitter Tweenius. If you click there, it will give you free access to my basic Twitter Tweenius program. And that will lay out the strategies for you to be able to run a really smart Twitter program that you can do in conjunction with your mobile. Okay? So twittertweenius.com/Stomper Social, then scroll to the bottom of the page and you'll see the link for Twitter Tweenius. Okay. If for any reason you can't find it and you just are desperate, you just head over to twittertweenius.com and it's $2.97. It won't break you. All right. And it's $27.95 for the first upgrade, and you get a little bit more. So there's nothing about that program that's expensive, but the quality is out of the ballpark. I mean, it is just a massive, innovative way to do Twitter that you're not going to find it anyplace else. All right. Okay, now. Okay, last session. Okay, apps. I am going to cover how to do smartphone or iPhone apps and stuff in the last session. Okay, all right. Okay, good, good. Affiliate proximity marketing, okay. Okay. I'm just looking through this. Okay, just scrolling through some of these questions. All right. Somebody wanted to know how to spell WAPPLE. It's WAPPLE.net. WAPPLE.net. That's WAPPLE. Okay. Wanting to know if I'm going to be doing future Stomper mobile webinars. Yes, I'm going to be doing them month. We're gonna just continue going with this. There will be a monthly fee. We haven't decided what it's going to be. We're trying to make it as affordable as possible, and we'll discount it for Stomper Net members. So we'll announce that next week. The best places for QR codes. Just go back to that session, and there's 3 or 4 links. Somebody says that they have a book that they're putting out that's going to be called The 10 Secrets of Mobile Marketing Every Small Business Owner Should Know to Reach More Customers. Now that's a title that's got keywords in it. 10 Secrets of Mobile Marketing Every Small Business Owner Should Know to Reach More Customers. All right. I want to know them right now. Send me the book. Okay. Woohoo. We owe you so much. Thank you. And, God, you're acting like this is over. No, no, no. Okay, so anyway, that's going to be on Amazon soon. Take a look for it. And Patty is posting that. Patty, just send me the links and information when you get it up. That'd be great. And, in fact, send me an email and tell me what you're up to now. Okay. Okay, yeah. The basic question on this is, yes, I'm in the mobile game serious. I'm not like I'm not one of the marketers that just tries to think up another thing to launch, and every month I come up with something I throw against the wall. You know, I spent over a year and a half intensively in Twitter, and I still do it, but I've turned my focus now mostly to mobile, and you know, I can foresee being in mobile as long as I'm in marketing. So I'm not going anywhere on this. It's just going to get better and better and better. So for those who want to have a long-lasting engagement here, I'm game. I'd like to learn from you, and I'll continue to share what I learn back. So that's good. Okay. Now let me do this. I promised to do it. So here's what I want to do in preparation for next week. Okay, I want to quickly run through what we covered. This is going to be fast, all right, so that I just pepper into your mind everything that you should be thinking about, all right? It's going to be really fast. It's going to take maybe about 10 minutes, and then we'll be done for tonight. And remember, the only reason I'm doing this is just to kind of fertilize your brain a little bit, and that doesn't mean crap on your head. That means to get you to reflect and remember some of the stuff that we've been covered, so that if you've got any questions about anything, we can get those posted in the forum this week or next week, so that I can make sure I've answered you know, everything that I can to help you. So let's do that. What I'm going to do, if you look on the screen here, you'll see that these are all of the sessions that we've actually covered. It's an awful lot of stuff, all right? So let's quickly run through this and take a look at it, okay? Fast, all right? Session number 1. Okay, first we covered some of the secrets of mobile success, and I suggest you review those. There were some facts that are just blow away at the beginning. In fact, for the first couple of sessions, what I did is I laid out some philosophy and principles which may at that time have seemed, like, oh, Dan's just sounding like a professor, but these are at the core of everything that you do, and you need to review through these things over and over again, even if you make little cards and stick them on your wall. This particular slide was missing when I first did the presentation, and so I've added it back in, but it talks about the new up-to-date equation for 2000 for turning, traffic into mobile success. Okay, we talked about mobile websites, all the things you need to do before you get building, and then actually the different kinds of sites that you would actually set up. And at the time I made this presentation, Mobi Site Galore was totally free, and then 2 days after I did this session, they changed their complete model, and though their system was as good as it was, there was a price for it, and it also did not allow you to download. It didn't have any kind of a situation for consultants who may be setting up 10, 20, 30, 50 of these things. So as I've told you, I know most of the people that I do business with when it comes to tools and stuff, and the reason I make an effort to do that is so that I can get to these people if they do something that's not good for marketers. So anyway, they have changed over. Now it is a pay plan, and I think it's about, I don't know, 18, 19 bucks a month, and for that, you do get pretty much everything that I talked about in this session, where you can download the site, put it on your own server, and then they have these 25 pack plans for consultants, which will allow you to do work for set up sites for businesses, where you're only paying $4 a month for these mobile websites, and then you can get from your a client much more than that, or just package it into whatever your monthly fee is. We also talked about how to set up landing pages or standalone pages using keywords and text messages, and then transition pages, which fork people along the way to make sure that they get to the right version of the page, be it mobile or be it on a PC. We talked about that. Actually went through and laid out step by step, how many navigational links pages sites should have. We talked about the transition page, the way that should be built. Talked about putting together your business card and actually getting a .info site, and again, how to set up a mobile landing page. Then we went through step by step, Mobi Site Galore, how to build something, and that was that. Then we started all of the mobile traffic ideas, and I went through those 1 through about 28. There were a lot of them, all right? Okay, I'm not going to bore you with all of those right now. So the next thing, okay, in session number 2. Session number 2, again, I shared some critical secrets at the very beginning, which I suggest that you review. What's in it for the customer is always at the core of everything that you do in a mobile campaign. And then I laid out 6.5 steps that are critical for any mobile marketing campaign. I mean, I've just listed this stuff out, exactly what you need to do in order to set up a campaign. Check boxes, every single thing you can think of is there. All right? And I love this one. The best time to launch your campaign is always yesterday. So if there's anybody that is now in, we're in the 3rd month of learning about this stuff, if you haven't already started executing campaigns, then you missed this slide. You got to do it. Just get out there and do it. I've been reading success stories. We talked about analytics, AdMob and Bango. Those are the links to get to that. All right? We covered the 7x7 mobile marketing strategy worksheets, and I got to tell you, those people that are using these things they just keep thanking me and thanking me and thanking me for this. These documents are the consolidation of virtually everything that learned in mobile, put into worksheets that you can do for your campaigns or for the campaigns of any clients that you're helping, okay? They're critically important, and you should download those and be working them. If you don't like them in paper format, you can turn them into like a spreadsheet or do them some way online. I know there's a few people that have done that, okay? Mobilize Us, we covered that, which is basically group text messaging, and that is a perfect application for some type of campaigns, and you just need to be familiar with it. Okay, we went into more traffic strategies, and then the 2 mobile resources that we set up, the 2 blogs that we set up. One is for resources, the other is for reviews. And and if you want to send in any reviews or case studies, you would send them to the top email address. If you'd like to submit a resource or an article that you've written or that you've read, that would go to the lower resource. Now, let me give you a quick tip, a heads up. We are looking, I am looking for some killer testimonials to the Stomper mobile program that I've provided to you over the last 3 months. And next week, when we talk about the ongoing monthly program and the home study course, that's the consolidation of this and all of that, we're going to give some frickin' killer specials to any of you who are willing to give me some really good testimonials that we will use to help market the home study course. This is really good if you're planning to be an affiliate, because you could literally be a featured on some of the materials that we're using to market the home study course. So when I talk about killer testimonials, I'm talking about any of you who are willing to do a testimonial in an audio format, in a video format, or even a text format with images, something more than just text. Any way that you can think so it stands out in the crowd, that'd be fine. I've heard great things about what I've offered. I've heard great case studies of the results and what have you. I'm sure I haven't been perfect, and I'm sure that I could have covered some things better or in more depth, but I've tried to give you everything that I can to help you be successful. I haven't held back anything. And if you just look at the mind map that I shared with you, that basically was a brain dump of virtually everything I know about marketing in one single document that you could use for any kind of marketing. And so I've really poured it out there, and I would like to ask you if you could pour it back and put together some testimonials or a testimonial that we could use. And then in exchange, there will be some type of special thank you for doing that in regards to the ongoing program or the home study that we have. Okay, now, we also covered all of the traffic strategies. Now let's go to the next one. Session 3. In Session 3, okay, we talked about the fact that even though there are all of these incredible smartphones out there, that the bottom line is that most of the oomph is still in text messaging, and that's where you really have to focus. And this whole session basically was laying out in great detail exactly what you need to do in order to create powerful text messages that will convert. And I explained keywords and short codes as well. Okay? Got some examples of that. I'm just skimming through some of these. This is the Get Rich Quick formula that I shared with you that for creating text messages. All right, explained how that worked and went through a bunch of examples. Look at all the examples. Geez. All right, and then we went through several others. The 5W and How example, went through that, and then also the, well, no, we got that one. And then also the What's in It for Me formula for creating text messages. If you're using these formulas, you will have powerful text messages, no doubt about it. And then the Big Q example, okay, or the mix and match. Okay, that was that for that session. Okay, in the next session, number 4, okay, traffic strategies. We talked, and the question I got earlier, someone wanted to know, where do I go to get the 2D barcodes for my site or my cards or whatever you want to use it for? Here are the 4 places. I recommend that if you're in a hurry, just go over to QuickMark or to ScanLife. Those are my 2 favorite, but the other 2 are fine as well. Or you can do a quick search on Google for 2D barcodes, and they'll present just many, many other options. They're free. If anybody tries to charge you for them, go someplace else. They're free. All right. But anyway, we covered all these traffic strategies, just killer strategies. Make sure you add that code to your site if you forgot about it. This is what helps your mobile site be found by Google. Okay. we went into a lot of stuff with Google, and including the 2D barcodes that they're shipping out. Okay, that was that. All right. And then session 5. Session 5, what did we cover? Anybody remember? More traffic. Boy, if I didn't teach you traffic strategies, I don't know what I did teach you. Okay, here's how you optimize your mobile web pages over at MobiSite Galore. Okay, here's all the places where you need to submit your site, all the directories and everything. I even uploaded PDFs that have all of these directories in there. And then we talked about the mobile call to action, which was a complete document that tells you how to do a call to action on your mobile landing page. Very detailed, step by step. Okay, and let's go to the next one. Session number 6. In session number 6, here you go. This is the directory of about 100 SMS text message providers worldwide. Here's a directory of all of the places to submit your sites for search results in the mobile web. Here are the documents for cross-channel integration, offline, online, and mobile. Here are the marketing mind maps that I prepared. And by the way, when you click on these mind maps, these things expand out. You would get those over at mindmaster.com or by downloading the slide PDFs and clicking where it says blow your mind. Okay? There's the online map, the offline map, and the mobile mind map, and then we have the complete mobile integration mind map. Okay? Spend time there, folks. There's a wealth of information there. Okay, the next one, my dog is barking because he's telling me that I've been talking for more than 60 minutes. I broke my promise. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I can't do it. All right, session number 7. Here we go. We got 2 more to go. Session number 7, I went through the mind maps again, and then I went through the 14 cornerstones, a literal blueprint for mobile marketing success. I know some of you are thinking, holy shit, Dan, I forgot you covered all of this. That's why I wanted to do this tonight. Okay, that blueprint literally just tells you step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. It just lays everything out in order to do a killer mobile marketing campaign. Follow that, and you're going to have success. Simplicity sells, complexity fails. Okay, all of that is in a single document that you can get in the Stomper Mobile Forum called 14 Cornerstones. Okay, so that was that. Okay, actually, holy cow, actually there was more in that one. What did I do? Let's go to the next one. Then I covered location-based social media. All right, we covered in detail Foursquare, and Foursquare, by the way, is still the best one if you're looking to get real local SEO value out of it. Okay, I haven't found that with any of the others. So Foursquare is where you head first. Okay, and I actually went through and showed you how to set up your profile page, your venue page, all of that. You can actually see an example of mine. I showed you the search results that you can get, which are absolutely incredible. Takes about 48 hours to get your results. After 30 days, they'll still be there, if not better. Also, information about how to set this all up. There you go. That's that. And a few examples. Some more examples. And then how to add your venue in Foursquare. And then we talked a little bit about MyTown. By the way, I've been continuing to play with MyTown, and though it's fun and it consumes a good bit of time, and I think they're going in the right direction, they still don't have the marketing element down yet. I'm going to keep my eye on them, but at this point, they're just not there. They've got more users than Foursquare. It's last I heard the most, but I don't think that it's yet connecting to a way to get the SEO value and the business value that's really going to be important. If we could blend MyTown and Foursquare together into a single thing, bingo, we'd have it. So we're not there yet, but probably will be. Okay, and then Gowalla. I spent a lot of time on Gowalla. I've almost given up on Gowalla, even though I still take a peek at it every once in a while. It's just not my favorite. But those are the two or I'm sorry, the top 3 that are out there. Okay, the next one, session number 8, we have one more after this. Wait, I'm on the wrong, I got to go back to the beginning of it. Session number 8. Let me go to 8. Sorry about that, folks. Session 8, here we go. Okay, in session number 8, we covered traffic, and I laid out the balance of the 28 strategies, starting from number 15 on through things like submitting things at CNN iReport, doing a press kit. We talked about mobile 2D barcodes, how to set those up, the essentials, and then we actually went through and looked at some specific examples, very creative examples of the way 2D barcodes have been using. This was kind of a get your brain to get creative session, and just get out there and just do it. Remember all of that? There's my cow again. Okay. And then the last session, which was session number 9, we talked about mobile analytics. Okay. And I probably bored half of you to death, but basically we learned a little bit about all the different types of analytics that could be considered when we do mobile marketing. Talked about how to set up a test so that it has some value. You do these 10 steps, and bingo, you've got great tests. And then I taught you how to FTP and to move files up on your server and do all that nice, fun stuff. And then if that weren't enough, I then taught you a little bit of basic HTML. It's amazing. Then I taught you some PHP, all with the end goal of helping you to learn how you can set up mobile analytics, because it requires a little HTML and a PHP in order to do it. And then I shared with you quite a few different places that will give you the analytics that you need. So that's it. That's what we've covered thus far. We have one more session. If there's anything that you want me to cover, if there are any questions that I've triggered because of going through all of this tonight, post them in the forum, and then next week we're going to have a knock it out of your park session. It will definitely be 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours, and we will talk about the ongoing program and a lot of exciting stuff. You guys have been great. If you can get together some testimonials, I would appreciate it. And if you just want to hold them, that's fine. Or if you want to go ahead and post them up onto the blog, go ahead, our blog, the Posterous blog. If you want to go ahead and submit those there, you can, or just save them or email them or put them into the Stomper forum. That would be great. So I will see you next week, same time, same station, and thanks so much for attending.